Football live show. Woo! My name is Danny Heifetz, and I'm joined by Craig Horlbeck and Seattle legend Danny Kelly.
Hey! I heard a boo.
You're like Pat Fryermuth. Everyone's like, moo.
Right. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Honestly, thank you so much to everyone for. Please give yourselves a round of applause for coming out tonight. I really like. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Like, this never gets old. Thank you to everyone working here at the Crocodile. Thank you, everyone who came out. Yeah, here. And also, just right off the top, Helen, Charlie, Kiera, Jack, Kai, thank you to everyone who takes a ton of people to get something like this together. And also,
Kai's here, baby. Kai's in the back.
Kai, God. We're going to get him to eat something. Also, thank you to Nationwide.
Yeah.
Sponsors, baby.
How many things are you going to make them clap for?
I don't know. Well, they just clapped. It's Nationwide, yeah! They insure my cat with the... Also, wait, actually, Craig, this is not the first time you've been involved in nationwide advertising, is it?
That's correct. I did a nationwide commercial in 2017.
Normal thing? Okay.
Yeah, like a Monday Night Football nationwide commercial. Do people know this story? Have we told this on the show? Craig literally was in a Monday Night Football nationwide commercial.
Tell us about how you stabbed your friend in the back.
I didn't stab my friend in the back. My friend was trying to be an actor at the time and still is and is relatively successful. He's in commercials.
Okay.
But we both auditioned and I kind of did it with him in solidarity. I ended up booking it. And it was a very small commercial. I was not paid a lot, but it was for a nationwide bit that came on before like the final segment at the end of every Monday Night Football game. Yeah.
Do it.
No big deal.
It was non-union. I got paid like $1,000.
Do it is like the Nationwide is on your side. I'm toned deaf.
I actually had to speak in the jingle. I had to like everything I said. I was like, let's just see who's winning tonight. It was terrible.
Do you guys remember that commercial? Like, that was him.
No one remembers that. Why would you?
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, shout out Nationwide for, here we go, full circle with you. And then
we're back. It's been a 7-year story at me.
There we go. All right, we're
full
gonna
circle.
We want to see full circle. We want to start out with something we do every August that we love, which is the players nobody is talking about right now, AKA the Steven Glansbergs.
Yeah. Do the line.
I got to eat dessert alone. I'm like a fucking Steven Glansberg.
Who, by the way, is from Vancouver and lives there. And like, who's from? Anyone come from Canada tonight?
Yeah. Wow, we've corresponded with Steven Glansberg. The real Steven Glansberg.
The first guest we ever tried to get on the show was Left Shark.
Yeah.
And we like almost
he big-timed us.
Yeah, he did. He's a hairdresser in LA, and we all so close. And then the second guest we ever tried to get was Steven Glansberg, who is like a very successful lawyer, like doing like
law.
Yeah, law.
Yeah.
I think he like does like child law and was defending children and was like, I'm too busy to come on your little show.
It's a one-man firm.
We were like, do you want to come on our show? And he was like, what is it about?
Yeah.
What am I going to say? We're like, yeah, good point.
We should have invited him tonight.
Oh.
But, you know, we were talking about who are the Glansbergs of the season and like who are the players, the teams nobody's talking about enough. And we realized the team that nobody's talking about enough is the Seattle fucking Seahawks.
Yep. We would never pander. We would never pander to the crowd.
No, I would never pander.
Yeah.
I would never pander to the audience wearing a Sonics jersey shirt I got today.
Lifelong Sonics fan since this morning.
I got it, yeah. We got it in Fremont today at that store, yeah. Shout out, yeah. But for real though, I feel like this is where we had to start because DK, so obviously Seahawks fan, and so this is the last time the Seahawks entered a season without Pete Carroll as the head coach was 2009.
Yeah, and I wasn't covering football at the time. Like,
that's great.
Yeah,
what paralegal software?
Sort of.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Not paralegal. I was in sales technically. for a legal firm. We don't have to talk about
Wait,
it.
no.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just check in, like a little, just honestly, fantasy therapy, emotionally check in right
Yeah.
now. Where are you at emotionally just after a decade and a half, no Pete Carroll in your life?
It's weird. It's very weird. It's like Pete Carroll is almost like a father figure, but not really. I mean, especially because he's like around the same age as my parents.
I thought you were going to say
a little bit
you.
older, but
Just a joke.
Craig's 30 now. He can make.
I know.
Jokes,
Fuck.
yeah. But yeah, I kind of like him being gone. I've made this analogy. It's like a little bit like you break up with a girl, but you still like their dad, and you like want to talk to the. It's like it's for the best, but like I'm never gonna see my dad, like my fake dad anymore. It's like and he's like gone. He went back to L.A. I don't know.
What are you going to miss about him the most?
Oh, the one thing that like I loved and also hate about the Pete Carroll era was like every game was just fucking stressful till the very end. And like every single game for like a decade came down to the last quarter or last play.
But was that a Pete Carroll thing or was that a
Yes.
Russell Wilson thing?
It was a Pete Carroll.
Okay, all right.
I feel like biologically,
Damn it, Craig,
he
don't
had to have taken years off of all of your lives.
Yes, which is exactly what I was getting to. I remember very vividly one time on a radio interview, he was like, people, like, I don't know, the host was asking him, like, why can't you just, like, win by more?
Why?
And essentially Pete was like, I don't know, toughen up. And I was like, fuck. Like, hit.
Yeah.
Like, like, cut me deep.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that about Pete. Love Pete.
Okay, well then, so now Mike McDonald's in. What are you most excited about with Mike McDonald?
Oh,
Do you think you need to have a defensive-minded head coach in Seattle? Does that fit the brand more?
I don't know. Like for the region?
For
Yeah,
the
just, are you
fans, for the
defensive?
culture, is it better if there's a defensive-minded
I'm
head
like,
coach in
like
Seattle?
Pittsburgh is like the steel town.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think I would say
That was a layup for you to be like, absolutely.
hell yeah. No, like the defense has been bad for a long time, so it's important. Like
It was fine
that's
when
exciting.
When the 24-3 Giants Monday Night Football looked pretty freaking good. I guess that was Daniel Jones.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Move on.
Sorry, Craig. I fucked up that question.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Look, hey, it's totally fine.
So actually, wait. Before I want to talk about the Seahawks this season, but before we move on, you did a season of flying coach
With Pete.
with Pete Carroll
Yeah,
and Steve
yeah.
Kerr,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Great guy,
Yeah.
honestly. Consummate professional, super nice guy.
We always tell the stories of how you went to. Is when you playing music out of your computer? Oh, that might have been me. Whoops.
Okay.
But yikes.
It's like a fifth live show we've done.
But we always talk about how like you went to Sean McVay's house and set up his audio. We never actually tell the story of how you had to deal with Pete Carroll over Zoom.
They did not fly me to Seattle to set up Pete Carroll's situation, but love the guy, super nice, inept technologically.
Yeah.
It was rough. But again, though, nicest guy in the world. But like, I was like, hey, all you got to do is email me the audio, and he's like, start from the beginning. And I was like, all right, open up your internet browser, and he was like, back up.
DK's dad's age.
His wife was
love
involved.
that.
He would FaceTime me at like 7 p.m. on a Wednesday, and he's like, hey, I'm trying to record something for a different interview. How do I turn this thing on? I was like at dinner. I'm like, let me step outside.
So great.
Yeah, Steve Kerr wasn't that much better, to be honest, but
You'd
Pete
think
struggled.
he'd be tech savvy. I don't know why.
Yeah, luckily his kids were young and were living with him, so they could help him. But yeah.
Was he just doing the bubble bath like that radio interview?
Who? Pete?
No, Steve. You know this? Steve Kerr took a radio interview and then like he made a sound and the radio host was like, "Are you in a bath right now?" He's like, "Yeah."
What?
That's awesome.
You know
That'll be our next live show.
Yeah, oh,
It'll be like a Cialis commercial. We can be in the tubs, holding hands.
We got it.
fuck. Right? No one
The
tell
advertising
anyone.
writes
No
itself.
one's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Do it
leave
out in a
this room.
field.
Can you imagine if our show was sponsored by Cialis? There's
I mean,
something there.
You're 30. We're getting there. Fuck,
Hey, thank
getting
you for
there.
saying him. Yeah.
He's got
Oh.
a kid. He's virile.
Some things don't need to be said.
Virile. Virile.
Virile. Oh.
Proven virile.
Anyway, Seahawks.
Yeah. So the Seahawks. So the other staple of the Pete Carroll teams was the offense, just the lid on it, the neutered offenses. And now you have Ryan Grubb, coordinator from,
UW.
So what is the demographic breakdown here? Give it, if you went to Washington or did you support the Huskies? Like, give it,
Okay.
You got to give him something to say. That was like a mixed smattering of booze and
well,
applause.
the booze came in and then everyone's like, all right, now I got to do something. But this is like a soccer game. We need like the plexiglass around this section. Like,
So it's more even split than I thought, UW
Yeah.
and Wazoo. Okay.
yeah.
No? No, it's not. All right.
Not. So, DK, how excited are you for Ryan Grubb to run the Seahawks offense? Is this a 6 to midnight situation?
Potentially, yeah.
Is this a Cialis situation?
Cialis.
Well, hold on. How long ago did I take the pill? Yeah. No, yeah. Like I am
empty stomach.
I'm cautiously optimistic about it. Obviously, anytime you have a college coach go to the pros, and he hasn't been an offensive coordinator in the pros, there's a big question mark of whether it will work. But there's some really good signals what we've seen so far in the preseason. I saw this actually from Hayden Winks. The Seahawks have used motion at the second highest rate of the preseason, behind only the Dolphins. This is like the dream for football nerds. Like, just use motion.
It's like you guys went from like a flip phone to an iPhone.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's like, pull up email. Hold on.
Whoa. I saw that last year they were dead last in plays per game, Seattle. 58 plays a game. And then in week 1 of the preseason, they had 79 plays.
God,
Literally
that's
30% more
Yeah.
plays per game.
Yeah, and that's actually sort of the crux of why I'm most excited about the Seahawks. It's not even necessarily Grubb. It's what Mike McDonald's defense can do for the offense. Because, like you said, the Seahawks ran the fewest plays in the NFL last year. You need plays to score more points. And so, yeah, like last year, actually, the time of possession margin, so like the difference between how long the Seahawks had it versus the other team was 6 minutes. No other team was worse than like 3 minutes. It was like doubly worse than the 31st team. And it was just because their defense was atrocious. They basically could not stop the run.
Or Pete just loved defense so much.
Yeah.
It's more fun when the defense is out there. So they couldn't stop the run. They couldn't get off. The defense couldn't get off the field, and the offense couldn't get on the field. And I think that's like where McDonald could really make a big difference here. If you look at like the efficiency of the offense, the efficiency of Geno Smith last year, going from 2022 to 2023, there's not like huge differences. It's literally just we need more plays. Like, get off the field, defense, and let the offense go do their thing. And I think that's what they can do.
Just another stat to that I couldn't believe. Warren Sharp's book, which is so fucking thick, I threw my back out at LAX carrying that goddamn book around my backpack. But he had this incredible stat that in the second half of games last season, the Seahawks went 3 and out on 42% of their drives, which only the Panthers were worse, that was horrifying. But who is the woo? Are you a Panthers fan? Are you the person who wrote us an email saying my boyfriend dragged me to the show? No, that's
That's the other girl here.
yeah.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah, we got the Rosillo demographic here. So where were we? Okay, so I think in terms of fantasy, I feel like unless you're in a 2-quarterback league, you're not doing Geno. Right, as your starting quarterback.
Maybe.
We're going to
he
pander
was a
that
top
much?
10 guy in 2022, but yeah.
Yeah.
We can't pander that much. I already have the Sonics
We need
thing
more
on.
plays.
Yeah, we need more plays. But so in terms of the Seahawks off, because they really are Glansbergs for fantasy too.
Yeah. I do think a lot of players on Seattle are Glansbergs in fantasy. Like DK Metcalf. I do feel like DK Metcalf is underrated every year in fantasy, even maybe in real life. I'm from the West Coast, so I feel like there is a strong West Coast bias for good players in the NFL. Like, I'm like, if Keenan Allen played for the Giants, he would be 10 times more famous. And I feel the same way about DK Metcalf, where like, this dude has like the personality, body, and stats of like Terrell Owens. And he's like 1/50th as famous. If DK Metcalf was on the Cowboys,
Oh, yeah.
he'd be like the most famous receiver of the century.
Yeah.
And if you look at them, I mean, they're not even that different statistically, really. In the first 5 years of each of their careers, they have the exact same number of touchdowns, 43. DK Metcalf and T.O. It's crazy. So it's like every year I think he's underrated. And now this year, if they're going to have 30% more plays, DK Metcalf's only 26 years old.
I mean, I would go for that 30. I didn't say 30% more plays.
All right, even if you whatever be 20% more plays.
That's fair.
So, first, another thing I don't think we've said on the show, but it's hard to talk to DK, like this DK, about DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
So I think
It's like a trigger. Yeah. Yeah.
so. Yeah. So I texted.
DK's dad is here. Come on out.
Yeah.
He's not really.
No, there's too much traffic. He didn't come.
Yeah.
But I texted DK once, honestly, to troll, because he compared him to Odell Beckham, and I was just like, get the fuck out of here. And I just was like, DK Metcalf, I just honestly, to trigger him, I was like, he's overrated. And I kind of put my phone down.
And now we just wind DK up once a month.
I know.
Yeah. And I came
My
back,
response was like just like a wall.
it was like, I ain't reading all that. I had 11 texts from him. He was doing like Pro Football Reference searches. He was like on his computer doing
He is top 20 all time in yards in the first
Oh,
five.
you want me to do that one? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Among all receivers, first 5 seasons, all time, first 5 seasons, 20th in touchdowns, 25th in yards. That's, by the way, more than A.J. Brown in both those stats. And A.J. Brown was drafted a little bit before him, but
like 2 picks.
yeah, something like that. They were teammates. Yeah.
So, but I feel like
love
love
A.J. Brown, but DK Metcalf.
But this is very deep cut for you though, because I feel like I just sound like your dad, because your dad doesn't like
he's
DK
just
Metcalf.
like he's like I can't even talk to him about it anymore because it's just like
It's
pointless.
like politics.
Yeah, it's kind of. But like
Well, wait, what is his exact take?
like he just thinks he's a little overrated, and I think also just like the showboating and then the penalties just like drive him insane. And like, by the way, I had this argument with him a couple of years ago, and I kind of feel like I lost a little bit last year. Like, even DK Metcalf was like losing a lot of Seahawks fans last year just because he kept having these like really annoying, stupid penalties.
He's taken. He actually, ironically, after we had that argument, he took over the Odell Beckham role in that he's now the really famous receiver that all the defenders know is very easily triggered on the field.
Yeah.
And if you just talk to him, he's gonna like lose his mind, which is what happened to Odell, and like anyone could start a fight with him, and now it's just Metcalf.
Yeah. So that's the crux of the argument. But back to you, DK Metcalf. I think insanely underrated this year, especially if they run more plays. Like
Yeah, I think the market's a little down on him because touchdowns have been his thing. In the last 2 years, he hasn't had as many touchdowns as he normally has. But I think that's honestly more just a product of him being kind of unlucky because over the last 2 years, he's number 1 in end zone targets by a ton in the entire league. He has 10 more than any other receiver, and he's only had 7 touchdowns per year the last 2 years. So more plays, kind of regresses back. Luck-wise, TD, in the TD category, I'm like, DK Metcalf is kind of a screaming Glansberg.
This is our expert analysis. They're gonna run more plays, and then
it's
they'll
actually
score.
like I did feel it when I was looking up the stats. I felt
Ipso
like I was
facto,
like,
I'm
this
your
is
boss.
like the fucking like skeleton key. I
Yeah.
found it. They just got to run more plays.
But the dad thing got me thinking because I was thinking, Dad. I feel like dads have incredible takes sometimes.
Incredible is a word. Is a choice.
Incredible as in like literally unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
and I wanted to play a game with you guys called Dad Takes Exposed,
Yeah.
which is basically just our version of Parent Corner, but it's like about our parents.
We talk about our parents.
Yeah. But my friend's dad has this great take that he's like 65. He's like, Michael Jordan's not the greatest basketball player ever. And I couldn't believe that because I was like, you think it's LeBron? He's like, no, it's Kareem. What are you talking about? And I'm like, but every now and then there's just an incredible dad take.
To run off that, my dad's big take, my dad is not a LeBron fan, and he's like, LeBron's not the GOAT. And I'm like, okay, what, you think it's MJ? And he's like, yeah, but LeBron's not even 2. Can't be the GOAT. And I'm like, why can't he be the GOAT? He's like, can't shoot free throws. If he's the greatest player of all time, how can you be nervous when he's at the line with a second left? And you need 2 in a row.
Like if the alien race invaded the Earth and they were like, send us your best basketball player to make a free throw. You're like, we can't send LeBron.
He has the most points ever, and you're still like, I don't know.
Not for me.
Yeah, but we argue about that all the time.
Is Steph the best then?
At free throw shooting, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The other take so my dad has this take. This is actually about our show, specifically the draft show in the offseason. We cover a lot of offseason stuff. We have all these opinions on the players. And my dad, who's from Queens, and wow, hell yeah, Queens. All right,
Hell yeah.
Forest Hills, baby. By the Seattle standards, no forests in Queens. It's very different. But,
What about Hills?
well, no, that's not. It's super different.
Forest Hills. Got it.
It's just uphill both ways.
All right.
But my dad calls me. This is the third year in a row he's called me, and he's like, Danny, I'm very serious about this. Danny, you guys know so much. You should call these teams, and you should help them.
That's like my mom. My mom's always
He
like,
means it.
my mom's like, you should create an app. And I'm like, yeah, mom. Yeah, we all should, really.
People are super stoked on
Yeah,
apps
like,
these
make
days.
one of those apps.
Yeah.
Every year that my dad is like, you guys, Danny, Ben, Craig, Connie, you guys all know so much. Like these teams, they never make the right picks. You should really, you could help them. You could consult. They could pay you. And I'm like, they got it. They're not going to do that, man.
Maybe Ben. Maybe
He's
Ben.
like, not with that attitude.
They're not going to do that, man.
Jesus. Anyway, I could be a GM. That's
yes.
true. I could. Just
First move.
hire Bill Belichick.
There we go.
Oh, like, what about the guy who won 8 Super Bowls? Jesus.
He's a podcaster now.
He's yeah.
So,
He has our job.
Yeah, I could do his fucking job. Yeah. Wouldn't have taken Tyquan Thornton. Could tell you that much. My God.
Wow. Thornton just catching strays over here.
That's. But back to the Seahawks real quick. The other thing. So Metcalf, I think Lockett. Here's my thing with Tyler Lockett. So he had, probably the worst season since he became a starter. He didn't even have like 900 yards. I think it's really simple. He told Adam Schefter a few years ago that he was a virgin. He was saving himself for marriage. All I'm saying is he got married last year in the summer. Didn't play that well.
Ipso facto. Yeah.
I feel like the sex took away from his game.
Like a boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a boxer.
Low T now. He has low
He's
T.
low T. Like
Well,
Tyler
Is that what
Lockett.
his nickname is? Tyler
Yeah.
Little Low?
He was the highest T guy in the NFL. So I'm out on Tyler Lockett.
Wow, that's good.
That was
Tyler
good.
T-Low, low T. Yeah.
That was really good.
By the way, he actually had the most targets on the team last year. So just FYI.
Well, it's high in T, but low in T.
DK, rank the Seahawks wide receivers for fantasy.
I mean, I think it has to be DK, and then JSN is going to leapfrog, and then,
You think JSN's 2?
yeah.
Jason, yeah. Well, JSN, he was the Bo Nix of receivers last year. A third of his targets were at or behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
That's-
definitely,
no, yeah.
definitely not his fault.
He was I think he's really. I mean, he's not the fastest player in the world, but like I think that he's just such a. It's not even a smart way to use him. I don't really get why they did that. And ironically, so Shane Waldron, and again, the best quote of the whole offseason was Shane Waldron left the Seahawks offensive coordinator job to go to Chicago, and then applause for him leaving.
This was the best quote ever.
Wait, first of all, Kai, we need that video later of me just saying Shane Waldron left and everyone applauding unprompted. But then they asked
JSN's
him,
here. He's like, yeah.
and it was at the Super Bowl where they just have players going through the car wash doing these interviews, and Chicago radio just asks layup question to JSN. They're like, hey, so what would you say to Chicago fans about our receivers? What can expect about Shane Waldron? And JSN was just like, yeah.
No, he goes, are we live?
Are we live?
It took him 10 seconds, and that's the first thing he could think of.
Are we live?
Bad sign.
And then they're like, yes. And he's like,
Oh.
good luck with that. Holy cow. But yeah, I think he'll be good. And also shout out Noah Fant, who is somehow only 26 years old and now actually gets. So I think, more plays. But really though, there is as dumb as it is, sometimes we make this shit complicated for fantasy and then also for the real NFL. There is no bigger jump you can make than last in plays to top 5. Like there isn't actually a larger jump you can make. Like,
Yeah, it's why Kenneth Walker's another interesting guy, because there's kind of like, there's some Saquon Barkley, Bill Simmons, that's the best running back I've ever seen in my life, energy to Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
There are certain runs where you're like, this guy just moves different.
Just ignore the other ones.
Yeah, like his highlight reel is the best in the league, Kenneth Walker. But then they draft Charbonnet. He mixed in a little bit last year. The first half of the season, Walker was like a top 10, top 12 guy. Then Charbonnet mixes in a little bit more, and he's like a top 30 guy now, Kenneth Walker. And so it's hard with the new coaching staff coming in. Walker's not cheap in drafts right now. But like we said, more plays, better offense, better offensive line. Walker's a guy who I think is potentially, and the way that they're talking about him is that they love Walker much more than Charbonnet right now. And so it's like, maybe he is one of the biggest Clanenbergs at the running back position.
And Craig's
Yeah.
best take is that Zach Charbonnet and Ken Walker have the wrong names. They should switch.
100%.
But Ken Walker should be,
is the plotting.
More like runner.
fuck, man.
Yeah, nice.
We're better than that.
Ken Runner.
The Wazoo guys love that. So, DKs, just to put a button in the Seahawks stuff, what is keeping you up at night about this? Like, if the Seahawks don't make the playoffs, it is because of what?
The linebackers, I guess, and the offensive line. Okay. So 2 important things. There's a little bit of projection here.
So you're still worried about the personnel?
At the linebacker position in particular, there's like not much proven there in terms of, especially in this scheme and what Mike McDonald's going to do. And then the offensive line, honestly, like I think maybe I'm too close to it. I came into the offseason like, oh yeah, the offensive line, it's like fine. And then everywhere you read now, it's like the worst in the NFL.
And it's like lowest cap hit of any NFL team is the Seahawks on their line. It's because you have the rookie contracts to tackle, but
yeah. And I don't know, it doesn't sound like they're like the most healthy group right now. And so that's a huge worry. And that's where all this could kind of fall apart. But I don't know, weird stuff happens every year. Like maybe this offensive line will just be average, and that'll be good enough to get this offense to be top 10 again.
I also think it'll be really exciting for you to have Mike McDonald and running this defense and everything. And it's going to be, I think there's going to be a gap in just the Pete Carroll line them up and play. And like, you know what we're going to do, but we're going to be better at it than you versus Mike McDonald, where, as I've said before, the hot dogs and buns, like it's just they're going to make them keep in.
Wait, do that one again.
Fuck. No, people are like, no, don't do it. The point is,
I just heard the crowd roll their eyes.
Yeah, exactly. You heard an eye roll. Yeah. But I will say, I think it's going to take time for them to really implement that system. Like even Baltimore is an update. The other, just while we're on the plays thing, the flip side is, we can talk all the complexities and scheme and everything. Tackles, the Seahawks missed the most tackles last year.
Yeah.
And I think that's the first thing you want to see is forget the scheme, forget all the weird, exotic, non-blitz blitzes, just like, what you want to see in the beginning from a team with the new coach and offensive coach is like, are they going to not fucking miss? They missed 154 tackles last year. Like, that's just, I think that's the easiest thing you can see with the new coaching staff. So,
yeah.
All right.
That's true.
So, okay. Next up here, I want to do another favorite segment of ours, which is name brand, off brand. And again, I mean, you can kind of figure it out, but they're fantasy rankings. We have our rankings at fantasyfootball.theringer.com. Wow, you're going to clap for that URL. Like, people clap for the URL. Earl.
I'm not saying it.
Raise your hand if you've ever typed in a URL after listening to our podcast into your search browser. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
fuck.
Several.
It worked. I'm not saying you went to the hyperlink. I'm saying you typed it in physically.
Okay. Raise your hand if you, before listening to our show, ever pronounced it Earl.
Yeah.
Fucking. It's
None.
just.
None.
One person. All
Is
right.
that what I did? Did I do that?
You did. Tiny
She
Earl.
called it Earl for a year.
I didn't know what it was called.
Anyway, we do name brand, off brand. Where obviously there are just some players that we kind of scroll down 40 spots and you're like, damn, that guy's kind of like that guy. But I wanted to start with Anthony Richardson, the Colts quarterback. And he kind of just, let's be real, kind of came up out of nowhere, right? Like he was just like randomly just, going to be the 4th pick of the draft. And you're like, now he's like, he's going to be a top 60 pick. And you're like, damn, this guy played 11 quarters last year. I feel like I barely know anything about this guy. And I'm like, you know how everyone kind of just started going to like Portugal this year? Like everyone, just like, Tokyo or Tuscany. Or I'm like, Portugal. I mean, I didn't even know that many cities in Portugal.
Lisbon.
Is that how you say it?
Not when you're there. But
Lisbon.
Lisbon.
They don't call it that.
I'm not the pronunciation guy.
In Portuguese, it's not Lisbon.
What is it?
Like Lisboa or something.
Lisboa, right?
Lisboa.
Yeah.
Oh, that Assassin's Creed. Right. That's where. Okay, got it. Right. Yeah. I learned all my history from that. But I just feel like it's very similar to me where it's just like Anthony Richardson's like this big, expensive trip to Portugal. And I'm like, that looks so awesome, but I kind of want to let someone else do that. And then I look at Jaden Daniels, who's the quarterback for Washington. And I'm like, damn, you want like this crazy rushing upside and a guy 50 spots later? It kind of reminds me of like if you could do this crazy Tuscan vacation like Anthony Richardson and go to Italy or in Tuscany. You know what? You could just go to like fucking Temecula. And like that's Jaden Daniels. Temecula is north of San Diego and it's like these vineyards. It looks exactly like Tuscany. It's the same thing. It like Google image it. It's identical. And I'm like, just, it's so much cheaper. Oh no, what'd you yell about Temecula? The food's not the same, but it's close.
Right.
I don't know what that word meant, but I just think Temecula. Is there a Washington comp for Temecula?
There was a meme like "Meet me in Temecula."
Oh yeah, the Meet Me in Temecula. Yeah.
A fight happened. I don't know. Or didn't. I don't know.
There's a lot of cities like that, though, especially in California. Like Solvang looks like Denmark. And it's like, just go to Solvang. It looks like...
I was going to do one
Catalina Island honestly looks like Italy in certain areas.
Sure. You stole my answer. Yeah. I was going to say, if you don't want to go to Munich for Oktoberfest, just go to Leavenworth for Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Craig, it's a little German village in the mountains.
Wonderful.
For some reason.
We were just saying today that Seattle kind of looked like Stockholm.
Yeah, it did. Wait, what do you mean? Do you German village in the mountains here?
Yeah, in Washington.
This place is awesome. It really is. But really, the Jaden Daniels thing, really, it's like Anthony Richardson. I'm like #1 in fantasy points per drop back. Had 18 points in like 6 minutes, which I'm obsessed with. But also then Jaden Daniels, I'm like, he's the only quarterback in the history of Division I college football to have 350 passing yards and 200 rushing yards in a game. He's like 100th. So yeah, the Temecula. Temecula's great. And even if you don't want to go to Temecula, shit, you could get Justin Fields off waivers. He's like Olive Garden.
just Google image.
Yeah.
Capri, Italy.
When you're here, you're family.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway. You guys, any name brand, off brands?
I think that honestly, like the off-brand version of Devon Achane is just Raheem Mostert.
It's switched.
Yeah, it's like, you know how Lisa Bonet is Zoe Kravitz's mom? But if
Where are you going with this?
But if you squint, they kind of look the same.
They do look alike.
And I'm like, Raheem Mostert, he's a little older. You squint, it's like you're kind of just getting all the Achane stuff. Fucking 5 rounds later, you know what I mean? It's
Same
like
types of plays.
Yeah, I mean, he's the starter in Miami. He led the league in touchdowns last year. He's in the exact same situation, and you can get him 75th overall. Like, what's going on? Sure, Achane led the league in yards per carry. Like, Raheem Mostert was 7th.
Should we change our rankings? We have a bottom line for every player. Should we just call him Lisa Bonet?
Lisa Bonet. Yeah. Jason Momoa was married to her.
Squint and
I just think you could also draft both. Like if you get Achane in the 2nd or 3rd round and then Mostert in the 7th or 8th round or whatever he's going, you could honestly start them both and get enough points out of both of them when they're healthy.
Dolphins or Zoe Kravitz and Bonet?
Well, if you're lucky enough, both. But yeah, I'm just like, and then if one of them gets hurt, then the other one gets even better. You can start them both and they almost act as each other's handcuff. It's crazy. He's going 75th overall, Raheem Mostert. He's the best running back in the league last year. Nothing's changed. He's still the starter on the team.
I also think, despite everything that happened with the Dolphins last year, we're underrating that all the motion shit they do, it's for the running game, honestly. Like all the cool motions and everything. They just play Canadian football. Shout out to the Canadians. Like all them. Oh, he's pointing like, not me. I got a Bears hat on. But like all the Dolphins, all the stuff they're doing, they're just doing Canadian football where you can run forward at the snap. And Mike McDaniel's like, let's just not turn and then like do that. But it's all to block. It's to create different blocking angles. And it's like, yeah, it's like just take the weird, smart running guy.
Yeah, I mean, for any worries that you have about him, it's all baked in. I mean, this guy's going 75th overall.
That's a good call. Also, Mike McDaniel was Kyle Shanahan's run game coordinator. Yeah. I think, yeah. Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet. Still got it.
Zoe Kravitz was great in Big Little Lies, season 2.
Yeah.
She was really good.
And the Batman.
She was in that?
Yeah.
With Affleck?
No, the newest one with
oh my God.
The Matt Reeves one with Robert Pattinson. Did he
not just make a Batman movie? What the fuck?
You
there are a
didn't
lot
know
of
there was a Batman movie? A more recent one with Robert Pattinson? You didn't know that?
Oh, I thought, did that come out?
Yes, 2 years ago. It made a ton of money.
When did the Affleck one come out?
A long time ago.
A long time?
8 years ago.
The Pattinson? All right, whatever. Was it good?
It's really good.
Oh, it was sick. Yeah.
All right, whatever, man.
But if you
Did that
squint,
come
it looks
out?
like Lisa Bonet's in it, which is fine.
Just wake me up when Danny
It is
DeVito's
like
the
a very,
Penguin.
it's like a dark and like moody movie.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
There's a lot of like really fast cuts.
Yeah,
You might not be able to tell.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on from that one?
Oh yeah. Any other
I
name
was
brand-
nervous about that one. I was like, do people know who Lisa Bonet? It worked.
No.
I thought it went over well.
They went along with it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do a 4-person tight end one.
Okay. Just that's kind of most of the tight ends.
Okay, so name brand off brand. Dalton Kincaid. He's like a Pappy Van Winkle, very expensive.
Whiskey? Okay.
For those who know, it's like $1,000 a bottle.
My cousin, when
Flex.
he met his father-in-law, he was at his house, and his now wife just said, "Make whatever for my dad's thing," and my cousin just grabbed the Pappy, not knowing what it
no.
was, mixed it with Diet Coke,
Oh, tough.
and that's how they met. His father-in-law came out to the pool and was like, "What the fuck is this?" And empty bottle of Pappy.
All right. Anyway, so and then from there,
All right. Cool story.
so Dalton Kincaid. So the off-brand version of that would be Brock Bowers, who another young on the come-up tight end, very versatile, moves around. He's more of a receiver than a tight end.
Competing against another tight end on his
Yeah.
team.
All these guys, Craig, have
Really? Get out.
other tight ends on the
Okay.
team that is
You've
kinda-
done your research.
kind of getting away or getting in the way. Bowers is like a Basil Hayden's, like right in the middle. I
Okay.
guess. I don't know. Maybe
You're a
maybe-
big whiskey guy.
well, kind of. I don't know.
Okay.
Is it
and
basil
then-
or basil?
And then we got Isaiah Likely from the Ravens.
Okay.
Skipped over.
Wait, what did you say?
Basil or basil?
Basil?
Basil? How do you say it?
Just keep going.
I
Just keep
said
going.
basil.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's a question. I don't know. You say it differently at
Bring
Olive
us on
Garden.
home.
Four is too many. I've
No.
decided.
Okay. Land it. Keep
All right.
going. Who's the other
We're
one?
doing this. Isaiah Likely, the next one up. Ravens, tight end.
Okay.
Stuck it behind Mark Andrews.
Yep.
He's like a wild turkey.
All right.
And then Taysom Hill,
Fuck.
last. You could just go from Dalton Kincaid straight to Taysom Hill, which I would compare to like a Rich and Rare.
I've never even heard of that.
Craig didn't know. Craig didn't know what a Rich and Rare was.
Rich
so
and Rare?
What is
that
Rich
sounds
and
like
Rare?
a daytime soap opera.
The way that I would describe a Rich and Rare is that it comes in a plastic bottle.
Nice.
The one time I bought it,
How much is it? Can I
the
Google it?
label was one of the times I bought it, the label was just slapped on sideways. So, anyways, that's Taysom Hill. He's like actually gonna be. I know we say this every year. I recognize that. He's gonna be like a running back for the Saints. In the red zone, he's like one of their main weapons. He's gonna score like 10 touchdowns. I swear.
Dennis Allen, the Saints head coach today, was just like asked about Kendrick Miller again, and he just basically was like, "Fuck that guy."
Dude, he's after the Brian Flores thing came out where Tua said he's like a terrible person. Dennis Allen's like, hold my beer.
He's like, I raise. Yeah.
He's like, "I'm gonna sell
I
that shit
fucking hate this."
publicly."
He
in
didn't
press
no one even
conferences.
asked about Kendrick Miller. He's
Yeah.
just like, this fucking guy can't stay healthy. I'm sick of it.
Rich and Rare, by the way, anywhere between $5 to $9.
Any size, $5 to $9.
It's like a Happy Meal, but
Yeah.
cheaper.
They pay you $5 to $9 to take it.
It's rich and rare.
All right. Any
It kind of landed with the rich and rare.
I thought it was
Craig?
good.
Any other name brand off brands?
I think off-brand Nico Collins is Christian Watson for the Packers. Again, much cheaper. To me, that's like when you go to a store and you try on a pair of pants, and you're like, oh, I like these, but one leg looks to be longer than the other. There's like a tailoring issue. So you take it to the cashier and you show him, and he's like, all right, we'll give you these 50% off. Christian Watson's leg is literally one leg is heavier than the other leg. Like that is literally what Christian Watson is. And to me, I'm like, these two offenses, Texans and Packers, are probably going to be two of the top 5 offenses in the league with 2 elite quarterbacks, Jordan Love and CJ Stroud. And I'm like, why don't I just go after, you can still get Nico Collins in the 2nd or 3rd round, but why not go after the number 1 wide receiver in an ambiguous wide receiving group like Green Bay, same with in Houston, and he has the potential to be one of the best values in the league. We forget, 2 years ago as a rookie, he had 8 touchdowns in 4 games, and he was a top 5 wide receiver to finish the second half of his year.
Yeah.
And then last year, he had hamstring issues, and everyone was just like, we're over it. And I'm like, he's addressed that. His legs weigh pretty much the same now. And when he's been on the field, all of the statistics show that he's the number one guy. He leads the team in target share.
Yeah.
His yards per route run is the best. I just feel like we've all given up on him way too quickly.
And all the receivers in that draft, like fantasy points per game, it's a little different because all the touchdowns, but just fantasy points per game from that draft class of their careers, it's like Christian Watson. And then it's like Garrett Wilson, who's in the first round of drafts, Chris Olave, who's like in the second or third round of drafts. I'm forgetting a third guy, but also like another first round player. Shit.
Waddle?
Yeah, Waddle. Like it's just all the guys in that draft are like 50 spots ahead of Christian
To me, it's
Watson.
just like if you love the Texans offense, that's great. There's 3 wide receivers going in the top 65. And if you love the Packers offense, there's 0 wide receivers going in the top 75. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I like it.
He's going 101 overall in drafts. Like that's
He's
nothing.
huge and he runs a 4.3. What else do you want?
Yeah.
Yes?
we have
He's saying DK
Oh,
Metcalf.
DK.
we got to do a
Metcalf.
thing.
Yeah.
We can't. We had the emails earlier.
God?
And I'll keep going. Nico Collins is competing with Stephon Diggs, who's one of the best wide receivers of the last 5 years. Also Tank Dell, who's like CJ Stroud's best friend. And then Christian Watson's competing against, I don't know, a bunch of late round guys in their second year in the league.
You see Nico Collins' legs? They're like identical.
Don't notice a thing.
Oh. Twins, Basil.
Twins.
All right. You guys want to go to the next thing we got here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
This is my favorite part of the show right here.
all right, let's be real. I think, so predicting injuries and just dealing with injuries, frankly, honestly, is the hardest part of this job. Like, it's HIPAA, and it's like, we're not doctors, and you're tracking all these people's injuries, and Aaron Jones sprains his ankle in week 9, and people are like, do you think he's going to play? How healthy he is? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if Aaron Jones knows about his ankle.
How
Like,
should I know, man?
It's the hardest part.
Puka Nacua hurts his knee in the preseason, and it's like,
Googling what a bursa sack
I don't know
is.
how he's feeling.
It's the hardest part. But having said it, it's also like one of the most important things there is in fantasy. It's just like, who's going to get hurt, who's not. And so
It's also probably the number one reason why most people don't draft certain players in drafts. It's like, Christian Watson, injury prone. I'm good.
So we were thinking, like, let's just say hypothetically, we were in like a Saw movie-esque contraption.
And the only way to get out
Was to win a fantasy league where the only way you got points was the guys who got injured
miss games.
and missed games. And we would never, ever, ever want players to get hurt. Ever.
No, we would never.
No, we're not
We're
rooting
not
for that.
rooting for that. That would be terrible.
Rooting for injuries would be in horrible taste.
Yeah. But if you were in a league where the most missed games won you the league, who would you draft?
And you wouldn't die. And we would get injured if we didn't win the league.
Saw would kill us. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little draft of players who are going to get injured.
We're going to draft players who we truly think will miss the most games this year.
Don't put it in the newspaper we're rooting for injuries.
Yeah, we're not rooting for anyone to get hurt.
Don't make it seem like I said I killed that man.
And then on the news that night, it's like, I killed that man.
Yeah, don't edit this for your broadcast and make it seem like I said I killed Earl Milford.
So we wanted to just do a quick trivia thing to kind of like, quick trivia on like
what? Who goes first?
deciding who's going to go first
This
here.
is big. Do you think there's a clear 101 in this draft?
There's a bit 101. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
No, but the caveat is you want them to play games. If they don't play games because they're not good enough to start, this doesn't count. You need guys who are starting the game and then getting injured, which
So is
unfortunately,
Kendre's out?
yeah, Kendre's out. These guys need to be
well,
starting.
he's hurt. So we have to do a trivia question right now just to figure out who goes first. And I already gave I know the answer, but I already gave my answer. So the trivia question is, this might require a whole story in itself, but so, well, first, just the caveat to this question. We debated we came here and we were like, oh, we should probably make a video while we're here in Seattle. And I didn't know about this, but when Austin Gale, who we work with, was like, oh, you guys should go down to Pike Place and do the fish throw thing.
How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, do you guys?
Are you pro fish toss or anti fish toss? Okay.
The look of disgust on DK's face when we said we wanted to do this.
No, well, first of all, it was more like, Heifetz was like, have you guys heard about this fish toss thing? I'm like, how have you not fucking heard about
to
the
be
fish
fair,
toss?
Never heard about
I
it.
hadn't heard about it either.
I didn't know about it.
It's on literally every sports program that's ever happened in Seattle. They do
know.
a fish toss.
just like before Macklemore.
Do you watch sports?
Dude. But like, I think honestly what happened is that like they're watching Monday Night Football and it's like Seahawks Bears or something horrendous. And like not you guys.
Hey.
I'm there doing a nationwide jingle.
And like they do the fish toss. And I think the answer is, it never occurred to me for a moment that they didn't just do that for NBC, that place tosses fish all the time.
Yeah, I thought it was
Like,
like
how the
I probably
fuck am
thought
I
it was like a one-off.
Yeah, I'm like, Mike Tirico was like, throw us a fish. And they're like, okay. I'm like, oh yeah, that place throws fish
Yeah,
constantly.
like I'm not remembering the 2 Seattle broadcasts a year.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I'll
that's
take the
probably
Sonic
the
shirt
average
off. But so
It's
anyway,
like
we had
if
heated
we
argument.
did a show in London and Heifetz was like, who's this Big Ben guy? Who? We go to New York. Who's that lady statue?
yo, but it's like,
It's like somebody being like, Temecula is the same as Italy, right?
so anyway,
Buca de Beppo, you're good.
if DK literally said, if you guys do that, I will not come. He said, which I respect because it's kind of like Times Square, New York, which I would never.
It's like Hollywood Boulevard. No,
Yeah,
that's
it's
all.
disgusting. Anyway,
Let's go take
so-
our picture next to the Hollywood star.
Yeah.
So
I'd
the
rather
trivia
die.
question, people travel from all over to see the famous Pike Place fish throwers play their slippery game of catch.
Flowering.
Flowering.
I copy and pasted
guy's
from
a
National
wordsmith.
Geographic.
Evocative.
I copy and pasted from National Geographic.
Poet.
But it says actually with accompanying hollers, which, all right, whatever.
All right.
Anyway, up to how many times a day do they throw the fish? I guess
Up
15.
to?
How many
Up
times
to,
a day?
so it's like not the most they've ever done, but generally speaking, up to how many times a day?
Okay, wait, we got to answer at the same time.
I said 15. I know the answer
You
now.
shouldn't have told us that.
Oh, well, sorry.
Well, now we're anchored to that.
Everyone would have said I was fucking cheating.
Okay,
So-
I have a number. Do you?
All right, yeah.
Ready?
1, 2, 3,
35.
45.
All right, 35.
Did you both say 35?
I said 45.
35.
The answer is 200.
What
Whoa!
the fuck?
That's a lot.
It's a lot of. Yeah.
Are there more? Is there more than one area where you can do it, or is it single file line? They're throwing. Is there one fish throwing lane,
I don't know. He's the one who
Just
says
fish
he's over
just
it.
flying everywhere.
or is it kind of like
So
chaos?
they do have decoy fish. Apparently, they let you throw the bad fish, which makes sense. They like.
I thought you throw the fish you buy.
I think they let you throw a fish, not the one you. Which makes more sense.
Okay.
You
There's
know, buy a
there's
fish.
Can you enlighten us?
designated
How does this
throwing
work?
fish.
What?
There's a designated throwing fish.
Is that right?
I don't know.
There's just one
Really?
dead
Yeah.
fish they toss back and
Yeah,
forth all day.
designated
It's
survivor.
like the fish
yeah.
is turned. Let's use this one to throw.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, but
so,
do you have to? How much do you have to buy the whole fish? We thought about doing it. And we're like, this is gonna be a lot of money.
you didn't. You never considered it. Anyway,
So you have first pick.
I was
actually-
gonna stand
This
way
is
away.
actually the exact order, which is very convenient. But like,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna get one quarterback, one running back, one receiver, one tight end.
You can go in any order you want. You can go after any position you want. Guy you think will miss the most games this year.
I mean, the 101 is Deontay Johnson.
Oh, that's good.
He's always hurt.
he is always
He's
rolling
hurt
around.
multiple times a game. I feel like that should be
He's milking
No,
it.
but
a bonus.
But he
like,
doesn't really miss games. He just leaves games
he
halfway
misses
through.
games. He
That's
misses
worse.
games.
Yeah. He misses
At least when
games.
you miss a game,
All right,
like,
that's- I
I
like
can
that.
replace you.
All right. He was low on my list, so embarrassing for you.
Damn it.
Um,
Fuck off.
I'm taking at the running back position. I'm going Kyron Williams.
Wow.
Why? Is it because of the foot ankle injuries?
Yeah, foot ankle. He's missed 12 games in 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's
He's
tough.
only been here for 2 years. He's missed 12 games. He's like
Yeah.
5'9", under 200 pounds, and they drafted another running back because he always gets hurt.
Yeah, Kyron's. That's honestly the sneaky thing. It's not the Blake Corum stuff.
Did
It's the injuries. That's a solid pick.
Yeah.
Didn't he play? Did he play all last year though? How many games did he miss?
I think 5.
Like a month. I think I'm gonna take Marquise Brown, who literally played 1 snap in the preseason and broke his shoulder.
It's kind of cheating to get the guy who's already hurt, but I respect it.
A clavicular. I do stand by that. The more
Separated his
complicated it
shoulder.
is to pronounce the word, that the worse the injury is.
Yeah.
First snap.
The clavic. Oh wait, I go twice now. I guess.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're
yeah.
snaking?
Well, we're not going to
All right.
Our slippery.
Okay, yeah,
game.
that's right.
Yeah.
I'll take Raheem Mostert, a.k.a. Lisa Bonet.
What?
Bonet?
Bonet. How dare you?
Taking Lisa Bonet.
Okay.
Basil Hayden.
Basil Hayden.
Basil Hayden.
All right,
Lisa
so
Question, Basil.
So you have your wide receiver and your running back, Hollywood
Yeah.
Brown, Raheem Mostert. All right, so I have Kyron Williams. I'm going to go with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
You got to.
Why? Is it because he played 10 quarters
Look,
last
we
year?
would never root for injuries.
Yeah, no, we
We're
would
not.
never.
I'm
Rooting
trying to
for
win.
it.
I'm trying to save my life here, all right? Yeah, you have to go with Richardson.
Yep.
I mean,
he played in 5 games and was injured 4 times.
yeah, he's like treats his
So-
body like a battering ram.
That is the real reason it's worth going to Temecula. Is it's like, maybe just get Jaden Daniels.
You got to get off Temecula. It's worse than Italy.
Yeah.
It's not better than Italy. Have you been to Temecula?
Yeah, it was great. It was,
Have you been to Italy?
yeah.
And you think they're similar?
They
Yeah.
look really similar.
Okay. All right.
Google it, man. It's
I wonder how many people in
DK,
Italy,
you double tap
Italy
it.
I got the top 2 guys on my big board, so are you guys shaking in your boots right now?
This is tough. Let's see. I got to go with. I mean, I hate to do this, but I got to go with Lamar Jackson.
Fuck.
oh, yeah.
And he's not even going to get hurt. He's just going to get sick.
Yeah.
He's just going to have to take a shit. Just going to get the
Which
runs.
is kind of like the best of both worlds. He's not hurt. He's just got the.
He's got
he
the
has
runs.
the constitution of a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is Lamar said the other day, he said he never got sick in college just as an adult. I'm like, that's wild to me.
It's like when a little kid goes to daycare.
Yeah.
You know, he's in a locker room. There's all kinds of, they're playing together, and there's all kinds of.
He's the incontinent
Germs.
spaniel.
Doesn't know how to bark.
Asha. I'm surprised you took him over Jaden Daniels.
Oh yeah, that was a good. one,
Jaden
too.
Daniels kind of runs like Rashee Rice drives.
Too soon?
Too soon, yeah.
Really fucking fast.
No regard for people around him.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Really fucking fast? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, DK, you're on the clock.
Oh, I'm again?
Yeah.
Oh, J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. Sorry. Jeez. He tore his ACL and his Achilles.
Yeah.
The Clay Thompson.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a good one.
But I didn't say that. No one tagged J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, because he'll come after you.
He will.
Yeah. All right. I feel like the tight
I'm
ends.
going to block him.
There's not many tight ends on this list that are that big of a deal. I feel like it's all running backs, wide receivers, and quarterbacks. All right, so I need a wide receiver and a tight end. Kadarius just won't. He's not starting. He's not playing in enough games. It doesn't count. I got to get somebody who's going to be on the field. Dude, Jerry Jeudy. I'm taking
you-
Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy's
Oh, yeah, that's good.
goes down like a sack of doorknobs every 2 weeks. That guy sprains his ankle getting out of bed.
Jerry Jeudy is the reason we invented well, if the injury looks bad, he's fine.
Yeah.
And if the injury looks fine, it's really bad. Like, that's like a pretty good rule of thumb.
Yeah, that's also Deontay. But dude, Jerry Judy's had like 7 injuries in the first 4 years of his career.
Did you hear that Kadarius Toney in the first preseason game got 2 penalties before like the game even started?
Yeah. He's trying something out. He's experimenting.
It was like
That's what you should
I'm
be
pretty
doing.
sure that he got like 2 penalties, and then they're like, okay,
On the same play.
coming out of the sideline. Let's
The
go.
announcers were like, oh, there's 2 flags. That's so weird. One's on Tony, and then there's like a pause. Like, I think both are on Tony.
Is it my turn again?
No, it's Heifetz.
Okay,
He's
go,
got
go.
2. So you have who? You have Mostert and Hollywood Brown?
Oh, and I'm going to take Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
right.
believe that just
That's right.
happened
That's
for me.
right.
Wow.
Okay. That's fair.
Anytime you have a rookie quarterback come in who has like a highlight reel of all the times he's just got like the shit
Yeah.
kicked out of him,
It's just like,
running, it's maybe a bad sign.
you guys, are there any bars here who play like Pluto TV with just like the montages of people like skateboarding and just falling and stuff?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
honestly
you're
what
thinking of Chive TV.
Chive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
the Chive TV. Yeah,
what's with that?
don't know.
And then like it's just like
No,
guys
I actually
falling.
don't think anybody knows who runs that company.
Dude,
I think Rob Deerdeck runs that company.
It's like a ghost ship. It's just
Yeah.
still going.
Just ridiculousness. for 24 hours.
But it's like
playing it on
Jaden Daniels would fit right onto Chive TV. Like it's just like, oh, he tried to jump over a guy who wasn't going low. It's like, okay, I don't know what you're doing.
He literally, it's like you hit the wrong button playing Madden.
Yes,
like you
every time.
you go for a fullback dive and hit the jump button.
He just gets hit sticked. Anyway, yeah. I'll take Jaden and George Kittle, who lost 30 pounds this offseason from surgery.
Yeah.
And then added 30 pounds, snap. And I'm kind of like, I don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah, I don't know if his frame can handle that kind of change.
It's,
All right.
yeah.
That's good. That's really good. For tight end, I'll probably go with Mark Andrews, right?
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't have to say it.
I mean, he fractured his leg last year.
He was in a car crash this week.
Yeah, he's fine, though. But yeah.
That was weird because John Harbaugh literally used the phrase. So Mark Andrews was driving to the Ravens facility and he was in a car crash and it was apparently pretty serious, but he was fine. And John Harbaugh literally used the phrase, he walked away without a scratch. And then like he went to the team meeting. So like, oh, Mark Andrews is fine. And then he hasn't practiced since. And I'm like, what a weird phrase to use. Like, not a scratch.
It was a
and then
break.
he's on the injury report?
Yeah.
Like, it makes me feel worse. Just me. Okay, all right.
The Harbaughs lie a lot about
They're super weird about injuries.
Yeah,
what does Jim Harbaugh say about injuries? He says, like, they're not doing well right now. He says, like, some ambiguous catch-all
They all have
phrase.
their phrase. Andy Reid says, we'll
He's
see.
like, he's in a
means, like,
tough
2
spot.
months. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He's
like,
like,
Andy Reid says, we'll see. That guy's, like, cooked.
Yeah. We'll see.
Um,
So you have a tight end.
yeah. So
to close
I can't
it.
choose Hawkinson, right? Because he's already hurt.
Correct. Well, you can, but if he misses the first 8 games of the season, you don't get any of those.
Oh, right.
What rules are these?
Because then you would just pick a guy who's out for the whole year.
So specific.
I'll be like,
I
first
picked a
pick
guy
J.J.
who
McCarthy.
retired.
How is that fun? We just all take guys who just tore their ACL.
It's like not that great of content.
No.
Yeah.
You need to pick guys who are going to play that worry you when you draft them.
I mean, Greg Dulcich, who hasn't.
Oh.
His hamstrings are fucked up.
Spaghetti hamstrings.
He's another guy. I think they did the leg measurement thing, the leg weight, which is now becoming insanely popular.
I know. We should measure our legs as a bit.
We should measure
We
our
should
legs.
do that. We should
gotta
figure
measure
that
our
out.
legs. We got to
If
measure
anybody
our
has
legs.
a medical practice in Seattle and
Yeah.
wants to help us with that, we will.
And
come.
everyone, we have any scientists who figured out.
Anyone want to give us free MRIs?
Yeah, we keep getting emails about like, well, Archimedes figured this out like 2,000 years ago, and I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, we should measure our legs. Okay, so I do think from all that though,
Is that
I'm a
it?
little nervous about a lot of these people getting hurt.
Yeah, man, it's actually the hardest part of fantasy. So we'll have to keep track
Yeah,
and
we'll keep
root for
track.
all these guys to get hurt.
So
Or sick.
None of us picked Devon Achane.
Yeah.
What a leap of faith we're all taking.
185 pounds, what could go wrong?
Also not mentioned Puka Nacua. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Deshaun Watson, whose shoulder doesn't work.
Or Cup.
Cooper Kupp, Mike Williams. Burrow.
James Conner, Aaron Jones,
Yeah. Tony Pollard.
Mike Williams.
Yeah. Tajay Spears has got like no.
He doesn't even
ligaments in
have an
his knees.
ACL.
Yeah. Can't tear it if
He's
you don't have it.
All right. There were a couple other, I think, just general Seattle things we had to hit just from being here for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, DK, should we have DK give his theory of how you can tell everything you need to know about a person from boarding a plane? Or
Oh, yeah. This is something I came up with. I don't even remember when. But, like, basically my thesis is you can basically tell everything about a person by the way they board an airplane. So, like, are they
It's so good.
are
It's
they
so
like
good.
one of those people that lines up 30 minutes before they're even starting the boarding? It's just like to mill
They're
about.
trying to sneak into the group
Yeah.
ahead of them.
Yeah. Do they have like? Yeah, exactly.
That's
like,
Heifetz.
Heifetz is like.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna get in the end of the group before me, and then if they check, I'll just be like, whoa, that's next.
yeah,
Uh,
they check for group, like, you know, it's like they let the soldiers and people with elderly and the people with children go.
Heifetz
And I don't
do
do that.
Heifetz is in uniform.
Yeah, stolen valor. But I'm like, those people go, and then there are the people who paid a lot of money.
Stolen valor.
Yeah,
Stolen
stolen
at
valor.
Goodwill.
Stolen
Whatever.
valor method.
That's Kadarius
Purple
Toney in a
Hearts.
nutshell. It's stolen valor.
Yeah.
But like those people go, and then it's group 1 and 2 who paid a lot of money, and they don't give a fuck after those people. Like once the people paid money,
Oh, they
3,
care.
4,
I
5, it's
care.
all the same.
Anyway, and then once you get on the plane, there's a whole other subset of people. Like, you know, you got the neck roll. They're holding their cell phone and their laptop
Got the
and
giant
a coffee.
headphones on, can't hear anything.
They're not paying attention to anything. You know, they take their bag all the way back, and there's no room for a bag, so then they got to like go back to the front. It's just pure chaos.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was
They're
on a
Can
plane.
you switch with me? I get claustrophobic. I have to pee a lot.
Hold my dog. Yeah.
Fuck.
Anyway, I found another one. I figured out another one that was like maybe the biggest one that I've ever seen is when you get on an airplane with a full box of pizza.
So specific.
I've seen this like multiple times. Apparently, there's pizzerias in airports.
Yeah.
You just get a whole pizza and bring it on a plane.
If the food is bigger than your seat, you shouldn't be able to bring it on the plane.
Like if you can barely open the box of pizza, you shouldn't be carrying. That's not a carry-on.
Yeah.
How'd they allow that? I thought you were only allowed one bag, like one extra bag.
So in your mind, what is the perfect way to board a plane?
Oh, there's no such thing as perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Always ways to improve. That's
I don't know.
Pete Carroll
Like put things
right
in
there.
your pocket. Put something in your pocket.
Okay.
Or your bag.
So do you think somebody should walk in, no headphones on, aware of the surroundings, listening to anything, willing to help others? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Yeah? You don't have headphones on when you board a plane?
Well, I might wear
you
headphones.
fucking liar. Yeah. You're just raw dogging boarding the plane? No way.
Just stare
Get out
at
of
your
here
seat.
with that. I basically had to raw dog my flight here. No Wi-Fi. What a shame. It's 2024.
Set a new record. 2.5 hours.
I did fly Alaska. It was supposed to be free Wi-Fi. Didn't work. Tried to pay for it. Didn't work.
By the way,
was
we love
fun.
Alaska. We love Boeing.
Love Boeing.
Let the record state we love Boeing.
Boeing is good.
Does anyone here work for Boeing?
No qualms with anything they're up to. All
love
checks out
Boeing.
to me.
Boeing, I feel
Safe.
great about Boeing.
I personally don't care about doors on planes. Could take them or leave them.
Plug them, don't plug them, whatever.
Yeah. I don't need to text my loved ones on a flight. Don't care.
Wait, where were we going with this? I forgot.
Heifetz wanted to hear your new plane theory.
I don't know
addendum.
what it means if you carry a whole
Did you
pizza
see
on, but
somebody-
it's not good.
On the way to LA 3 weeks ago, did you see somebody?
Someone got on with a whole fucking pizza. I was
Part of
just
me's
like,
like,
you've
that's
got to
kinda
be
cool.
kidding me. They can't let a guy on with a whole pizza.
Yeah. Was he with a family? Was he?
No,
was
he was
feeding
by himself.
everybody? Okay. Okay, that is weird. Yeah.
The audacity. I don't know. I didn't check in,
Yeah.
but I assume so. I didn't see him get off with the box of pizza.
All right. TK,
Yeah.
did you want to talk about some of your old haunts or gone? Or
Oh yeah. So I actually moved away from Seattle. I think the last time I lived here was like 2017, 2016. And all the bars I used to go to are like gone or burned down. So Dante's, anybody? R.I.P. Can we pour some out for Dante's? I mean, let's be honest. If you would have like asked me what would be the end of Dante's, burning down probably would be a logical.
That's the coolest way for a
Dante's
bar
Inferno?
to go, right?
Yeah, bar that burned down. They call it Dante's.
Burn it.
I bet there was a lot of firefighters making that joke that night.
Yeah.
And then East Lake Bar and Grill, burned down. Another one burned down.
And that burned down too?
It also burned down.
Damn.
Um,
Doesn't it rain all the time
I
here?
was literally thinking it. I was.
hold on, let me pull this up. Okay, so the other ones that I used to go to, Belltown Billiards. Closed, gone. Red Door, gone. Dad Watson's, this is like more of a brewery, gone. And then the other, like some of my other favorites, Norm's, the Ballroom in Fremont, which we went to. And then my all-time favorite, A Pizza Mart, which is the greatest restaurant name of all time. Remember when
A's Pizza Mart?
phone books existed? A Pizza Mart. So, or
I
you
used
could,
to
I
bring
guess
that
it
on
could have been
planes.
a Pizza Mart. I don't know.
Oh, I
A or
assumed
a.
A was like a proper,
it's the letter
a proper
A.
noun for like a guy's name or something.
A Pizza
It
Mart.
wasn't. It's just a Pizza Mart.
There's 3 others? Nice.
Okay.
New location. We'll check them out.
Wait.
All right. You guys ready for some emails?
Thank you all for writing in. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
shout out everyone who
We
wrote
got
them
a lot
in.
of great
Thank
emails.
you.
It was hard to choose from.
And also, just so you guys know, we're going to be doing, after the show, we're going to be doing a little meet and greet. You guys line up in the back left over there. There's like a banner or something I think we got back there. So just line up.
Look at
along
banner,
the side.
Michael.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
No, actually, I didn't know any. Yeah, whatever.
Look at banner is a quote.
Look at Bannon?
Banner. Come on, man.
Is that from the Batman movie?
Family love Michael.
I don't
Nothing.
know what you're talking
Okay.
about. All right, this one's from Logan.
Logan.
Logue.
Would you rather get a dime-sized tattoo of your choosing on your face or a tattoo of your two co-hosts on your entire back?
Oh, the Affleck. The Affleck.
Affleck.
The giant phoenix I has on his back.
Steve-O.
Oh,
The
God.
Batman. I'd rather get you two on my back.
Yeah,
Me
easily.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Dime is a lot of face.
I would put you in a Mike Davis jersey
Yeah.
on my back. I would put, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. What would mine be?
Kadarius Toney probably. That'd be cool.
You and me just hugging at the Super Bowl when Kadarius Toney almost scored a touchdown.
Yeah. A second
Like,
touchdown.
truly one of my favorite memories.
Yeah.
All right, this is
That punt return, you and I were like,
Yeah.
it's like you, me, and
That
Kadarius
fucking
Toney's
guy.
parents.
I hate that guy. This email's from Paul.
Paul.
Paulie.
Heifetz, will you please pronounce the names of these Washington
Oh,
cities?
yes.
First of all, these are fucking made up. This is, all right.
Wait, is this two truths and a lie, or are these all real?
No, they're all real.
Okay.
P-U-Y-A-L-L-U-P.
Do not spoil it. Don't
Yeah,
spoil
don't
it.
spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Pull you all up? What the fuck? What
It's
is it?
actually like not as far off as I thought. Yeah.
Nice.
What is it?
Puyallup.
What?
Puyallup.
Puyallup.
Puyallup. Puyallup. No, wait.
I still couldn't do it. All right, we
I
got
like literally kind of live there.
the next one here. We have S-E-Q-U-I-M. Requiem.
This one's
Sequium.
Squim.
Get the fuck out.
Squim. S-E-Q?
Why is it
Squim.
S-E-Q? Squim? Like,
I didn't name it. I don't know.
all right, next we got
Silent E.
Silent E.
My
One of those
favorite.
classic silent E's.
Silent E, the second letter of the
Silent
fucking
E.
word. Next up, we got N-A-C-H-E-S.
Oh, that's hard.
Oh, man. This
I don't
gives-
even know this one.
Is it like nachos, but with an E? Nachos? Nachos? Nachos. Nachos.
Not
The cheese.
cheese? Not
cheese.
Not
Cheese.
cheese. I didn't know that.
Wow.
That's cool.
All right, next one we got T-O-P-P-E-N-I-S-H. Toppenish. Oh, you don't even know.
I don't know. I don't know.
H-O-Q-U-I-A-M. Hoquium.
Hoquium?
Hoquium.
Hokum.
Hoquium. Yeah.
Not hard to pronounce, but funny. Hump tulips? What the fuck is that?
That's a real
I
place.
think that's yeah. It's
Is that where the old German town, that like Oktoberfest?
no, it's
God.
Danish or it's Holland. What they love tulips over there.
Holland. All right, this
The
is like a.
Netherlands.
That one guy loved that joke.
At least someone knew where I was going with that. They love to hump the tulips.
We got okay. We have one here. That's okay. This is from. It's not Dave. It's from Gino.
Gino Smith?
Gene
Not
Gene.
Dave. Gino.
and Gene. No, just trust me.
What?
Gene wrote, "Is it okay to be a fan of an out-of-state team when your state has a team?" P.S. Fuck you, Dave. And then Dave wrote, Dave writes, "Is it okay to be a fan of an out-of-state team if you were born in the state and your state has teams? This is an argument I have with my friend. P.S. Fuck you, Gene."
So it's
So
can,
I guess
can you root for a team outside of your
So
state?
Dave
Your state
says,
team?
Dave basically sounds like Dave's a Bucks fan, a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. Oh, he's Gene's the
is
Bucks fan.
Oh, he's wearing the gear.
and he was
Very
raised-
important.
Hell
First
yeah.
of all, is Tampa not literally as far as you could possibly get from this state? This is 4,000 miles away.
Ish. Yeah, it's close.
Gene, did you have like a family member?
But you're from Seattle?
Oh, that's good.
That's cool. I
kinda like
I respect that.
I mean, it's like
Just
America.
like spun a globe.
Yes.
Bucks.
Do you remember when the Seahawks played the Bucks in Germany and we all realized live on air that Tampa is closer to Germany Because Seattle's closer to Germany than Tampa
Bay, yeah.
Because of the Earth being circle?
Allegedly.
Sphere? Sphere, whatever.
You know, because of the Earth being a circle.
Shape. Allegedly.
Time is a flat sphere.
Obama at the DNC in his speech yesterday said all four corners of the Earth, and I was like, what's he been watching?
He know?
He does know, actually. He has the documents.
What does he know?
He gets to see that shit.
This is from Sean.
Shawnee.
Oh,
What old school NFL player name should I tell my wife I want to add to our baby name list?
oh yeah.
Oh, Cloyce.
Cloyce.
Easily
Cloyce.
Cloyce. I Googled funny NFL names after I saw this, by the way. Bob Margarita. There's a guy named Bob Margarita.
Bobby Marks.
Sloppy Thurston.
Sloppy.
Sloppy, dude. Bring
Sloppy
that back.
Cloyce. We all know Bobby
You remember
Marks.
Whizzer White? We talked about him.
Wizard. That's actually cool.
There's also a guy named Buzz Nutter. Buzz Nutter.
I'll take the first half.
Name. What happened to names?
DiCaprio Boodle.
DiCaprio?
He got drafted like a couple years ago. This is like a new guy.
There's a new
DiCaprio, what was his last name?
Boodle. DiCaprio Boodle. One
Wow.
name.
All right.
He probably switch it. Boodle DiCaprio.
This is from Mikey.
Mikey.
Craig, can you say anything other than Blue Stone in the Australian accent?
Not really. Not really.
Give him
Do
something
it.
to
Give
say.
it Blue Stone.
Blue Stone?
Nar.
I just need something with like that exactly. As long as it exactly rhymes with stone, I could nail it. Other than that, it's kind of tough.
Game
Bone.
of Thrones.
Thrones. I have to think about the Australian accent, and then I can kind of do it. But you can't just like do it off the cuff. That's tough. It's a tough
Any
one.
Aussies in the house? Okay.
No. They would have all booed me if they heard me do stone.
Yeah. All right. This is from Michaela and Sean.
Michaela and Sean.
Sean.
My boyfriend dragged me here. So my question for you guys is fuck, marry, kill. And she said I'm going to combine this with someone
She gave
else's
us
fuck, marry, kill.
a cuisine-based fuck, marry, kill, but somebody else sent us a cuisine-based fuck,
I'm
marry,
already
kill.
nervous.
Fuck,
about
marry,
this.
kill, French toast, waffles, and pancakes.
Easy.
I think this is easy too.
I'm shooting waffle right in the dome.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, look, I like waffles, but if I had to pick, and then,
I'm with you, Craig.
No, you guys are
look,
fucking...
I have to kill one of them. They're all very good.
Respectfully, you guys are idiots.
Wait.
You fuck
Respectfully.
pancakes.
I fuck
All
French
due
toast.
respect, fuck you.
No,
With
you fuck
all due
pancakes.
respect.
Pancakes are the epitome of like a one-night stand because like you can't finish a plate of pancakes. It's like the Mitch Hedberg joke. It's like
So
What?
you're fucking pancakes.
I'm fucking pancakes because
Yeah.
it's like you know how to eventually you love pancakes all good at the beginning and then you're fucking sick of them.
Yeah.
That's just the, yeah.
Logistically speaking, it makes sense.
Imagine
too.
being
Like,
stuck with pancakes your whole life. You'd be miserable.
I
And
think I don't know if it's because like places serve more pancakes more than the other two, but I feel like I crave pancakes more. Maybe I've been programmed to do that, but I feel like when I'm hungover, I'm going to a diner, I'm like, I want pancakes.
Wait, but do I really want to marry French toast?
No, it's
I'm
too
marrying
sweet.
waffles.
It's too decadent. I would rather marry pancakes, fuck French toast.
Mary
I'm
waffles. Shrek. We making waffles.
A bad waffle is dry as shit.
We have a good waffle. You marry a good waffle.
So is the best version of each one? That's hard. That changes things.
You're from LA. What do you fucking know? What kind of syrup they got
Do you
in
ever
LA?
think like there's too much syrup
What does that
involved with waffles? Like the
Syrup-
syrup like in the holes.
You think waffles should be flat and have no pockets?
It's like the Mitch Hedberg. It's like their little syrup traps.
This is what it's like when people are listening to our podcast. They're just screaming into their headphones. Like, what did no?
Apparently, I've heard
you're
more
idiots.
people say that's what they're for with the waffles.
fuck the French.
Freedom fries.
People who are
Yeah.
intolerant of other people's cultures
Cultures.
and the Dutch.
and the French.
All right.
American toast.
This is from Thomas.
Tommy.
Which NFL player or coach would look better with the Joe Burrow haircut?
I got to admit, as it's starting to grow on Joe,
It looks kind of
Kinda
nice
looking
now.
good, yeah.
It looked
Yeah.
like a midlife crisis before, but I'm not like Mike McDaniel. I would have threw him
Oh,
out,
yeah,
but
that'd be
you
fun.
see the memes where it's like he went from looking like a Best Buy like assistant manager until now like 2 years in Miami he looks like a coke dealer.
yeah.
I'm like he's 2 years away from the Burrow.
Yeah, he dresses like Fredo and from The Godfather now.
He does.
Who else would look good with the blonde?
Belichick's not a
kinda look
coach
sick.
anymore.
Mike Tomlin could do it.
Tom with the dark beard. The
Yeah,
blonde hair,
Tomlin could do it.
That would work.
What about Jim Harbaugh?
Jim or John? Maybe
Either.
both.
Harbaugh.
Both.
Harbaugh, I believe anything. All right. I'd be Harbaugh.
McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy would be unbelievable.
What are you going for here, Mike?
Just getting a Cloyce box, no plum, with a burrow. All right, this is my favorite email that we got all night.
All your other ones were good too. Don't worry.
Someone just put their email. I think they were going around asking for emails. And shout out to, I'm not going to read your whole one, but Corey T2 blank 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 at yahoo.com.
We respect you. We acknowledge you.
Actually, just put down your email.
Yeah.
You know?
I
That's all right. That's all right.
I'll email you tonight. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is the best one.
You're on the special mailing order now.
Unbelievable.
Pen pals.
Should Steve Ballmer have put a gentleman's piss club inside the new LA Clippers arena?
I mean, he kind of did. There's like more bathrooms in the new stadium than any stadium in America.
Well, are they selling stuff to you in the bathroom? Because that's like a good.
No,
use
they
of
got to
dual
get
mix.
TVs in there. They need to bring the TVs out to the seats. That's
In the
what you need.
urinals
So you don't have to
seats.
get up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what you need.
smart.
That's right. That's right.
Holy shit! He just explained it better than I've ever understood.
I still can't get
he in
over that
marketing?
AA baseball game that had the toilets in the stands.
I know.
That was
They didn't work though.
no.
Do you think
Which is
somebody
like-
tried?
It's like the only thing you need from a toilet is it has to work.
Yeah.
It's like essential.
Yeah. This is probably
plumbing?
priority number one with a toilet.
For them to work.
Remember that
Yeah.
guy who emailed us who said that his boss had a private bathroom and then everyone was off but him, so he took a shit in it and then it wasn't plugged in and there was no water. And then he spent 3 hours cleaning the toilet.
Jesus.
Yeah, sorry, I guess that was kind of graphic. All right.
I love podcasts that go. Remember the time that guy emailed us?
Sorry. Anyway. All right, this one's from Tim and Andrew.
It was like the Chris Farley SNL
Do you
thing.
remember when you were on the Beatles?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Did you
All
remember
right,
when?
this one's from Tim and Andrew.
Tim and Andrew.
Tim and Andrew.
You guys have done Oreos, but have you heard of all the Kit Kat flavors? They've got
yeah, they have some weird ones.
they got
Kit
normal
Kat?
ones, but they also have soy sauce,
Oof.
cola, and lemon
sauce Kit Kat?
squash.
Wait,
what
sorry.
was that?
Soy sauce and then what?
Soy sauce, cola, and lemon squash, and they have potato,
Lemon.
Wait, that's all one?
potato.
Cola and lemon and also squash.
potato Kit Kat.
Or is it saying like that's a blend?
Wait,
That-
cola,
it's on the card.
Cola,
Cola
and
plus
lemon squash is one.
Is
Flavor.
it where? I don't get the squash part.
Wait, is
Are
the
they squashed together, the cola and the lemon, or is
I don't know.
or is squash involved?
Was there a comma between
is the
cola
gourd
and lemon squash?
They
mixed
didn't write
in?
a comma.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Potato.
Potato.
Potato Kit Kat.
Potato's the best one.
They got matcha
easily.
Kit Kats.
There's like potatoes don't even really taste like anything when they're
potato. Imagine eating a Kit Kat and be like, potato. Just like potato. Just.
this is what I wanted.
I think this will have to be next. We'll have to try this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Kai, where are you? We're gonna get you a
Kai.
potato Kit Kat.
Kai would do that.
I'm down.
like
Oh,
it.
he has a mic.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, hey,
Whoa.
Kai.
Hey,
Kai, you know, Kai explored some foods this
Kai.
week in Seattle a little bit. He had some onions on his sandwich. That was really good.
no lettuce.
No
No
lettuce.
aioli.
You guys have to see the receipt that we got.
Oh, I'll tweet it out. Kai, he
went-
went to Mendocino Farms, and Kai got a steak sandwich, and it just said the receipt was just like no cheese, no onions, no thing, and it was like I've never seen so many
It was like 8
removals.
lines. Yeah.
We went to
definitely thought I was a psychopath.
yeah. We went to Un Bien to get a sandwich, which was fucking great. So good.
Actually, it was Paseo.
Oh, it wasn't Un Bien?
Same. Same.
Well, we went to Paseo. Paseo was very good. Anyway, Kai, his sweet soul, just kind of got meat and bread.
I got onions.
He did get onions. He devoured it.
Oh my God! All right. Well, honestly, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. This was an unbelievable amount of fun, and we've done 4 of these live shows, 1 in the draft, but the other 3 have all been like where we're from. We did 1 in DC with me, 1 in LA. I'd be lying if I didn't say I feel like I was like most excited, honestly, for like this one here, because we knew it'd be like an incredible group of people with all you guys here. So like, thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. Like, this was so amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And again, shout out to everyone here who works at the Crocodile. We had a long argument, Craig and I, about this crocodile up here.
Not really. It wasn't that
But, like,
long.
yeah, well,
Not an argument.
Thank you to
More of a
everyone.
Miscommunication.
Thank you to everyone who works at the Crocodile. Thank you to Nationwide.
Yeah.
Nationwide is on your side. Do they still? Is that still the jingle?
Well, I hope.
Yeah. Well.
If not, we'll have to send this back.
Yeah.
Thank you, and again, thank you, Elizabeth Fearman. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Thank you, like Kiera, Jack. Thank you, everybody. It takes so many people to put this on, and of course,
Kai.
He knows. We fed him. I don't know. But most of all, thank you, Lord.
Lord. Thank you, Nirvana.
Yeah.
If we're gonna throw fish, we gotta fucking say Nirvana.
Yeah. Nirvana and Pearl Jam played just opening acts for the Ringer Fantasy Football Show, basically. Yeah. Played here, right?
Is that right? They both played here? I thought
think
this is a new location.
Yeah, I think they all.
Well,
New location. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So they.
did they play? Did they both play?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you just make that up?
No, really.
Okay,
I mean, at
cool.
the old location, they played.
Nice.
And now it's us.
What's your relationship with Nirvana?
I mean, we were born in '95.
No problems with them.
Great.
I listened to them growing up a little bit. Enjoy their work. I don't know.
I respect that they're
problems with Kurt
making
Cobain?
it.
What?
They make music, and I respect that they're doing that. Sting.
Sting, hero of mine.
Oh God, I don't know.
You know who I used to like a lot in high school?
Craig brought this up.
I used
Blue
to love
Scholars.
Blue Scholars. I listened to them all the time growing up. They were dope. Super good. Yeah.
Modest Mouse. They're up there.
Oh.
I mean, they're like Issaquah or something, but yeah, same. Death Cab. That's a good one. Yeah. Bellingham. Odessa from
Now
Bellingham.
You name a Seattle band.
With Death Cab. Oh, well, one of the last things we did in the Ringer before the pandemic was we made a video with Death Cab for Cutie. I was there.
Oh yeah, we did a live
Yeah.
show in the office.
Yeah,
That was really cool.
It was one of the last things we did.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you're
they were
saying
the Death
we,
Cab.
but I was not there.
Well, I was the royal we.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, that was fun.
Oh yeah, Alice in Chains. Another one.
Okay. Let's keep going. How many? We'll just keep doing
it going.
this.
Keep it going. Macklemore. Yeah. Soundgarden. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Soundgarden. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah.
Tacoma.
Do you guys think somebody else should name the band? DK's getting tired of it, he told us.
yeah.
You think it should be switched
People
to
are
Heifetz,
sick of
right?
me. Yeah.
So
Because he said the Beatles like 5 times at this point.
yeah, that was brutal.
We're like, all right.
Just fucking mailing it in now.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, man. Eminem again.
I feel like I have to ask because like we joked about the fish thing, but I have to. Do you guys like Macklemore or what? What's the? Is it like?
Damn.
Is it like he's your friend that you have to defend? And it's like because he's your guy.
Yeah.
But it's your friend who gets in the fights at the bars, and you're like, shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fine.
He's
That's probably
fine.
the best answer.
He seems so happy. You know what? Someone said
And
about
he
Nick.
reps Seattle so hard, too.
Yeah.
It's so funny that
Yeah.
everyone's like, we're good. He's like, I love this city. You guys are the best. He's like, meh.
C-Town!
enough
It's like,
fans.
yeah, we're all right. All right.
Oh, fame.
Wow.
Look at what it'll do. He probably didn't have that haircut, did he, when he was younger? I doubt
Give
it.
him the burrow.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.